Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and now we're going to be talking about the tolerant left. The people that says they're all about love and caring, but of course they're the exact opposite of that. They lead down to doxing, attacking, verbally abusing, etc., to get what they want. Because they're a violent mob, they're not nice people, they're evil creatures born out of hell, and they should not be here at all. But of course, they try to lie to you and try to gaslight you into thinking otherwise. Well, here's a group of texts and messages from Loud and Glove warriors that are threatening and hurting the parents and among everybody. It was not just not one. It was a constant attack, and this is for a group of parents that just did not want LGBTQ stuff taught in schools, which is a very reasonable thing considering the fact they're indoctrinating kids with that stuff and what have you. But of course, the far left, they can't stand that. They don't like that, so they had to go onto the offensive and actually attack. So without further ado, here's what they have to say about it.
School board meeting in December. One person in the Loud and Love Warriors group said they want to define Wynn's employer and hold the company accountable until he is fired. The person wrote, quote, "Say goodbye to your job. Let's make him unemployable by love or by force. I want to contact his employer to do just that. Ruin his livelihood," unquote.
It just shocked me.
What shocked Wynn even more was a series of messages from someone in the group who wrote, quote, "We really need to find this guy. His life needs to be permanently disassembled. I would shoot him. I'm telling you, something has to happen to one of them. Something public and permanent. Lives need to be ruined beyond repair. I'm so ready to show up with guns."
They threaten my life and my livelihood. When they threaten somebody's employment or threaten somebody's life or threaten their home, yeah, that's hate speech.
Yes, so the very tolerant left has gone to doxing these people, saying they wanted to end them, saying they wanted to shoot them, said their lives should be completely ruined. All are things that they just don't like. You know, here's the thing here about you people, is that you're actual monsters, and you don't like to be doing this. It's like, not to like you to do this, you want to do this. You hate anybody that disagrees with you, and if they don't agree with you, then you will go on to attacks. That's what every single person does. And I will explain more because I actually have an experience in this. And I will explain to one of my stories right after I show you this clip of pretty much everything of what the far left has done to these people, what their take is on it, and what have you. It's quite disturbing, quite annoying, and it actually gets people angry over the fact that this is happening. Take a look.
Violent threats that are being made against Loudoun County residents who have been outspoken about education issues at school board meetings.
Only on 7 News tonight, Nick Minock reports what these Loudoun County parents want officials to do as we continue our crisis in the classroom coverage.
These three Loudoun County residents have pushed for more parental rights in education, academic rigor, special education improvements, school safety, and more. And some people who disagree with them have made violent threats against them.
I do feel like if they saw me, they would come after me.
The threats were made in a Facebook group chat that includes staff and people who appear to be associated with the county's top prosecutor, Buda Bibarai, County Supervisor Julie Briskman, school board members Ian Soraka and Brenda Sheridan, Atusa Reeser, Erica Ogadegbe, school board candidate Ann Donahue, sheriff candidate Craig Buckley, Chair Phyllis Randall, and others.
They threaten my life and my livelihood.
Threatening me, threatening to curb stomp me, it is really, really horrible.
Some of the individuals in this group found where you lived, found where you worked, and they said they wanted to ruin your life and get you fired.
One of the people in the group is a fellow real estate agent, and I've been a real estate agent for 37 years. Used the MLS system to identify where I live and to pass that information on.
After one person in the group contacted Scott Minio's employer, he was let go.
This is out of control. We can disagree. You don't have to like what I say. I'm not violating the law, but now you're destroying my life.
After lively school board meetings in Loudoun County in 2021, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland wrote a memo to the FBI saying there's been a disturbing spike in harassment, intimidation, and threats of violence against school administrators, board members, teachers, and staff, and that threats against public servants are not only illegal, they run counter to our nation's core values.
Do you think Merrick Garland needs to look into this too?
Absolutely. This is a conspiracy. This is a conspiracy to intimidate us. It is domestic terrorism. And they also have had conversations with Brenda, and they said, we are going to get information from Brenda Sheridan, who was the chairwoman of the school board, but she now sits on the board, and she has to have some sort of accountability to this. To Sarisa as well. Buddha Bibrai needs to prosecute this, and I'd really like to hear what she has to say. I'd like to hear what Chair Randall has to say.
They want Garland to investigate the threats and harassment against them, especially as one person in the group talked about showing up with guns.
So where is he showing up with guns? Is he showing up at our homes? Is he showing up at the school board with guns? This is an issue for all of us. Today, it's the three of us that are being attacked, discriminated against, defamed, threatened. Tomorrow, it's somebody else for their beliefs.
Nick Minock, 7 News.
And again, to be clear, the elected officials Nick mentioned did not make the direct threats themselves. Loudoun County Commonwealth's attorney Buddha Bibrai tells 7 News that she is not familiar with the Facebook group. She also sent us a statement saying in part, quote, if anyone makes threats which cross into being unlawful, I have faith that our local law enforcement is equipped to investigate the matters. If their investigation results in findings of violations of criminal law, then the legal process will be initiated and take its course. The Loudoun County Democratic Committee also tells 7 News that it condemns any threats of violence. You can read.
Yeah, so the so-called tolerant left does all of this. And let me explain my beautiful story of dealing with people. It actually has to do with a family member. You know, normally when you talk to people and you're in this type of discussion, normally what happens is that you would refute points or some things that you would make that would be, make a point. However, this doesn't happen. They decide instead to make accusations about you, or they'll put you as a racist or what have you when you are trying to point out facts. They do this constantly. This is a constant thing that they do. And then, if so-called you do not agree with them, or what have you, don't really want to, they can't, or they don't want to engage in conversation with you, they will perceive that your opinions don't matter, or you don't have any world experience, so therefore you're not allowed to speak on the matter. So, it's like, they don't want to engage in conversation because they have no ability or intellect to counter your points. So they try to demean you, put you down, and make you feel insignificant so they don't have to try to prove their points to you. They do this constantly, and it's a constant thing. And then my own family member does this. She is a person that I deem as vile and doesn't really deserve any sort of respect because they obviously don't respect me, and that's what they are. They don't respect you. They don't like you. And quite honestly, it's disturbing to think so because all you're trying to do is meet common ground. Well, what we're doing on this channel is try to stop that divide and maybe trying to some type of common ground. People around on the show will be able to do streams or whatever, or request anything from me, and I will read their comments, emails, etc. as best that I can and try to get back to you immediately. These people are what we call evil. They're not really great people because as they did to these people, they're going out of their bounds to really commit threats and harassment, which is against the law. And as those people that says, oh, well, we didn't see this, or we didn't see the messages, then how about you try to reach out to the parents and try to confirm it yourself? Otherwise, you're making the problem, just as you are, worse, because you condone it. I'm tired of playing games with these people, and as you should be. These parents deserve none of this, and this is what the tolerant left want to do. They say things that are projection of themselves. It's always projection, and we have to know about that. Alright guys, that's our video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.